In this video, we're going to take a look at the Milecross Commission System Rate History tool. The Rate History tool allows you to take a snapshot of an advisor's current payment rates and store them in the system alongside a cut-off date. Any incoming commission that's paid to that advisor that has a start date prior to the cut-off date will be paid at the rates stored in the snapshot. If the incoming commission has a start date after the cut-off date, that policy will be paid at the advisor's most up-to-date current rates. To demonstrate how this works, I'm going to process a sample commission run. The data for the commission run is as follows. So we can see that we have 3 policies for the advisor Arthur Gordon. In this case, all 3 policies are income protection. The start date for 2 of those policies is February 2022, and one of the policies has a start date of August 21. So I have imported that commission data into the system, and I'll go ahead and process it now. So that has been processed. If I zoom in, we can see that the system has identified all 3 policies as income protection, and it has queried Arthur Gordon's income protection rate, which is 84% in all 3 cases. And if we go across to the manage rates section, we can confirm that Arthur Gordon's income protection policy rate is 84%. Now, if we wanted to make a change to Arthur Gordon's income protection payment rate, but we wanted any business that was already in motion to be paid at Arthur's old rate of 84%, this is where the rate history tool comes in. So to use the rate history tool, we go to the administration and management menu, and we go to manage rate history. And on this screen, on the manage rate history tab, we can see that there's no rate history recorded at this point in time. So for the purposes of this demonstration, we will go ahead and we will take a snapshot of Arthur Gordon's current business rates. So to do that, we go to the Save Rate History tab. Underneath Business, we select Arthur Gordon. And once we've chosen him, the section below automatically updates to give us a current indication of Arthur's current rates. So we can look across and we can see that Arthur's current protection rate is 72%, MetLife is 80%, income protection is 84%, etc. And the final thing that we have to do at this stage is specify a valid until date. So what this is telling the system is that any policies with a start date prior to the end of this date will be paid at these rates. So for the purposes of this demonstration, I'm going to say that the rates that are shown here, we want those to be valid for Arthur Gordon for any policy with a start date up until August 2021. So if the policy incoming commission payment policy start date is anything before right up until the end of August 2021, it will be paid at these rates. If the policy start date is after August 2021, it will be paid at Arthur Gordon's current most up-to-date rates. So I will go ahead and press Save Rate History. And we can see that there's a new entry on the Manage Rate History tab for Arthur Gordon, and it says that it is valid until August 2021, and we have an option to view details. So if we click View Details, we can see the rates that are in effect for Arthur Gordon for any policy with a start date prior to the end of August 2021. So if we once again look at our test data, we can see that we have 3 policies. 2 have a start date of February 2022, so they would not be picked up by the rate history tool entry that we have just created. However, there is a policy for Arthur Gordon that has a start date of August 2021, and that would qualify for the rule that we have just created. So to demonstrate the rate history tool in action, we can see that for this rule, Arthur Gordon's income protection rate was 84%. So what I will do is I will now go to the Manage Rates section and I will update Arthur Gordon's income protection policy rate. I'm going to downgrade him to 72%. So any incoming income protection policy business for Arthur Gordon should be paid at 72% unless it has a start date before the end of August 2021, in which case it should be paid at his previous set of rates. So I will go ahead and I will process the test data that we looked at initially. Process commissions. And if we zoom in, we can see that in the case of the two policies that have a start date of February 2022, the system has identified them as income protection and it has paid them at Arthur Gordon's new rate of 72%. In the case of the policy that had the start date of August 21, that has been picked up by the system as income protection but has been paid at Arthur Gordon's original historic rate of 84%. Rate history entries can be deleted at any time simply by clicking on the delete button to the right hand side of each individual rate history entry. When you press the delete button, the system will prompt you to confirm deletion, which you can do by clicking the confirm delete button. Those rates have now been removed from the system and are no longer active. When saving your advisor's rate history, it is possible to save history on an advisor by advisor basis. However, if you wish to save all rates for all of your advisors in one go, it's possible to do that by going to the Save Rate History tab and underneath the Business Selection menu, drop it down and select All. Enter the desired valid until end date. So in this case, we'll say save the rates for all of our businesses and let's have them in effect until August 2022 and press Save Rate History. And we can see that the system has saved a snapshot for all of our advisors and stored all of their current rates in the system with a valid until end date of August 2022. We can click the View Details button beside each individual entry to see which rates have been saved. Once your advisor rates have been saved, you can then go to the Manage Rates section and make changes to the rates, safe in the knowledge that the historic rates have been saved and will be active up until the selected valid until end date. If you make a mistake or you want to remove all currently stored historic rates, there's a quick and easy way to do this, and that's to go to the More Options tab and we can delete all by valid until end date. So we choose the valid until end date that we want to remove, which is August 2022, and press delete all. The system will ask us to confirm. We press confirm and we can see that all historic rates have been removed from the system, meaning that the only active rates are the advisor's current rates as they're defined in the Manage Rates section. When saving rate history for an advisor, if any of your advisors have catch-all splits, otherwise known as commission overrides in effect, you most likely will want to include these as part of your rate history snapshot. This can be demonstrated if I select Arthur Gordon from the drop-down list. In this case, Arthur Gordon has a commission override in effect, which is set up using the catch-all split option. And underneath his current business rates, we can also see a quick representation of what catch-all splits are in effect for Arthur Gordon. So when you're saving rate history, it's most likely that you will want to include catch-all splits along with the advisor's current rates. And to do that, all you have to do is make sure that the Include Advisor Catch-all Splits option is selected before pressing Save Rate History. So we have gone ahead and done that for Arthur Gordon, and if we view details, we can see the rates that are in effect for Arthur Gordon up until the valid until end date of January 2022, and also in effect are the following catch-all splits.